WesWes Show.
Okay, welcome everybody to another episode of the Empty Out the Clip podcast, the EOTC. My name is Cams from the heart of West Auckland. We're here with the brothers, Leti and Avi. What's up?
Tabuzo.
What's up, boys?
What's up, Alf? Nice tea.
We might-
Nice tea, fixing there, brother.
mate.
So,
Awesome, guys. Man, you guys know what's up this time. Let's do some shout outs. Let's go, Avi.
Just want to make the shout out to my son Bryce. He's been usually it's me that's been wanting to go to the gym, but all of a sudden we did a session on Thursday, and we're gonna do another session tonight, late session. Yeah, it's good on him. I just told him I wish there's things I wish that me and my dad did, but obviously we didn't, and I'm glad that I get to do the things that I wish I did with my dad. I get to do with my son, Yeah, shout out to him, shout out to Bryce, and yeah, shout out to the listeners. And who made that comment, bro? Like, so they comment about tell the guy to wear a T-shirt or something. Who made that comment? I saw that.
he should be donating to the Whaisakako Ofu Fund, eh?
Bro, it's like hot here in Brisbane. Damn.
Oh, no, he should be donating to Whakausaka Aircon Fund. Eh?
You know what's funny about that? You took away my shout out because I was going to shout him out for doing the our female listeners a favor. But it's to his name is Mr. 22 on Instagram.
Hello, Mr. 22.
Yeah,
Where is he based? Australia?
don't know, not sure. But his comment is I love the party also, but please also can't be on California Styles, man. That's my 2 cents.
Shout out, Mr. 22. Oh, another shout out to Leti. Because I got my tea this week. My magazine. This thing is a bit sticky now because I was reading now. Nah. Too old for that. Someone got me in my feels there, mate. Nah.
Sweet.
Oh, man. Once again, man, shout out to Osemi Aki for letting us flex the EOTC podcast tees. Man, love and respect to the work you put in those, and also to those, if you want to look them up, man, look up Thrifty Clothing on Instagram and on Facebook. Another shout out to my Ghosta. Caught up with Go on Friday afternoon. Some quick words and just a short little quick catch up. I went out to his work and picked up a trailer of Tumba. So thanks again, Doko, for hooking me up. Another one's to my Doko Nani, who's been he's finally out back home, man. Back in Central. So the bros still putting in the work. Still travels over to the shore to go to the gym, and he pops in to see his old lady at the cemetery. So love watching your videos, Doko. Another one's to my bro Sonny. Haven't caught up with him for a while, so hopefully in God's timing we'll catch up soon and go for a sauna and a nice lunch. Another one's to my bro William Holler. So Bila's down in Dunedin, and I keep forgetting to plug the story, man. But he not so long ago got given a challenge to take on a team that's been finishing bottom of the table for the last 10 years. So in the last 20 years, this club's probably racked up a total of like 20 wins. In the last 5 years, they've racked up, I think, maybe 10 wins. So if you imagine being a coach with a journey of trying to take on a team, so Peter's taken this challenge with Zingari Richmond, and if they win today, there will be 4 of 4 games and 4 wins. So he was just on a podcast just on Wednesday. It's a rugby one done in Dunedin, and when you got Palangi coaches who just and their grey hair. Well, Peter hasn't got any grey hair yet. So it was just weird hearing these two Palangi men answer or pass questions and then pass them over to Peter. But like I said to Peter in my short words, man, we'll see, Docs. We'll see at the end of the season when both teams hit each other up in the top 4. So I believe Peter's done enough groundwork to get his team to the semis. And I can't wait to hear or whether they invite him back onto their show again, talk about the success of what Zingari Richmond have done. And my second to last one was another one to my bro Supeli Roktui. So 3 weeks ago, I bought my wife a new lunch suite. I said to her, man, procrastinating, we just keep leaving it. We end up sitting on the floor when our baby arrives. So we ended up going into iFurniture, bought us a new lunch suite. And to my surprise, when the truck was backing in, I just saw this graffiti on the side of it. And I was like, Sally, what the hell? And then next minute, the guy jumps out, and I'm like, here's a familiar face, man. So shout out to Supeli, man. You ended up dropping off the furniture, stayed for like 45 minutes to have a yarn. And my last one's to my niece, Anisha. She turned 30 on Thursday. I haven't spoken to my niece in how long? I don't know where she is or what she's been up to. She's not on socials. I don't even think she has the same number, but if someone hears or even searches this up and they could just tell her that I said I miss her and I love her with all my heart. She's like my oldest kid, but yeah, my little big sister. So I hope you had a good 30th, babe. We're 10 years apart, so I hope she hears this or someone tells her, hey, your uncle's trying to yell out and say happy birthday. So, yeah, happy birthday to you, Nisha. That's my shout out to Pachius.
Nice. Yeah, man, just want to make a regular shout out to all the listeners of the WesWes Network and the MT the Clip podcast. We've got a Facebook group page, so you can jump in, and it's a private page, so just jump in and it's your chance to put some comments up or some articles, and we can talk about it on the podcast. I also want to just point out that our latest issue 3 of the WesWes magazine, WesWes Sports magazine, is still out. I think it's last week, next week. Then issue 4 will be dropping next weekend. So don't forget to grab your copy of WesWes Sports right there. Yeah, boys. That's us, man. Let's get into how has your week been? Let's go, Ups.
You know how I'm used here, right? And I'm like so unfamiliar with the roads and that. I had to work out in a place called Griffin. So if you Google mapped it, it's like an hour away from where I'm living. It took me 2 hours to get there, man. I missed. There's a turn off I missed, and then I had to go right around, right around, bro. And what sucked about it? I went through peak hour traffic. This was yesterday afternoon. Oh, yeah, I'm not. If I see that house I've come up on my roster, I want to ring up Siki. That was just a mission just to get there. But it's a nice area though. Nice area. There's some. I was thinking there's a nice lunch bar there too. I saw. Yeah, no, but the traffic was. I think it was worse than Auckland's one just to get to the spot because it took me 2 hours just to get there. Yeah, that and the same old training. I signed up at World Gym. I was paying my membership from Feb, thinking I would have had a job already. So I just got a job now, and I was thinking of canceling it. But it's a $300 cancellation fee, eh?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, oh, fuck, yeah, I'll come in tomorrow and grab my tag. Went in there, bro. The setup, the setup is mean at World Gym. Oh, and the fleas in there. Oh my life,
And there it
bro.
is.
Yeah, man. It's the fleas that you see on Instagram, kind of fleas, with and they ain't even ashamed, man. They're not ashamed. They're walking around, just oh shit. I just need to pick up my water bottle, my water bottle, right? Nah, that's been a highlight. Yeah, just same old balling, training and work. Well, you let's.
You,
Oh,
I was like, I think Brisbane has a million more people than Auckland. So can you actually feel it? Can you feel that extra million people?
well, what's okay? You know what's funny is that every gym, because I'm up here at the workout and just fitness down the road and the World Gym. Like I'm just thinking, where don't everyone have a home to go to? You know, it's like everyone's there, man. Like everyone, like say a lot of people in Ipswich probably go to the World Gym, but then I've been to this other gym in Springfield. Oh, bro, they got a ice bath in there and a hot sauna thing. Yeah, no, it's yeah. And these gyms here, they're just they're just massive. They're like a city fitness, like in Henderson, but probably twice, two times that. And it's pretty big, you know. Yeah, and a lot of people, but it's a good vibe too. See a lot of posers too. A lot of some young bucks in there. Yeah. How about you, Les? How was your week?
I wish I could say it was proactive like yours.
Come on, man.
I was laughing, man. I was saying to my mates, Pele, when he showed up, I was like, Solly, you guys got any vacancies? And he goes, oh, bro, we always got vacancies, you know, the finisher movers. Solly, man,
Yeah.
these guys roll 6 days, 7 days a week. Solly, I must have just seated the couch from the driveway to our front door, was only like 10 meters. And I was like, fuck that, man. I don't do that job. Fuck. Here's me,
Yeah.
Fia Poko, like, just even getting the couch out of the box, man. I was like, fuck this, man. I'm gonna be doing this shit. But now I heard back from that timber yard job. Fuck, man. It was funny because I went in for the second interview and then I heard back from the HR and the HR said, "Oh, unfortunately, Chris is not gonna go through with your application." I was like, "Pretty gutted, eh?" I was like, "Man." So I was like, Debbie Downers, eh? So when the couches came, it was like, "Oh, something to look forward to." And our new dining table, so I was like, "Oh, something to look forward to." And then I felt like I was like on that Debbie Downer buzz because I was still sad. So I remembered, oh shit, I was looking for a CD player on online because like behind me I got all these CDs and DVDs, man. Kids have been watching DVDs on the projector outside. I was thinking, man, the only other thing I can play the CDs on is the DVD player. I was like, nah. So I started shopping around online, man, for a marketplace. I came across this old school JVC CD player. So and the CD player still works, bro. I was like, what? Drove out and picked it up. So I like, man, the guy wanted $25 for it. And like when I got there, I didn't want to talk, bro. I just wanted to like exchange the money, give me it. I just want to go plug it in. I saw he had the lights on in there. So I knew, oh yeah, it must work. Bro, when I colored it, bro, plugged it all up. Sounds mint, hey. And I was like, fuck, bro, CDs sound really good, eh? Like, you know, when you got a
Yeah.
CD, you listen to the radio, you listen to the CDs, like different sound, eh? So nah,
Did
man, I was
were you one of those burners? Did you used to burn a lot of CDs?
so man, tell me one person who didn't, bro. Right now, the right now, I shouldn't even say this thing. But right about now, the laptop's sitting on two cases, and they're in like 4-part split case. That's how thick the cases are, right? So I got
Yeah.
two of them, and this is the pretty much the breath of DJ K1s and that's hip hop, and
Oh,
like
jeez.
DJ Jackson. There, this is their hard copies sitting right here. Now yeah, we're supposed to burn these into a hard drive, and I think someone backs it up. But now yeah. That's why when I got it, man, I was like, man, it's looking through the case and I was like, bro, there's some old school songs here, eh? And I was like, man, I need to find a CD player. So when I got me a CD player, man, it sounds mint, eh? So I just remembered that the case is here. I was just trying to go through all the original CDs that I had at the time, and I hooked it up.
Can you Bluetooth it? A CD player?
Nah,
Oh, so you has to have the plug-in wire, the wire for the headphones.
I don't know how that one works. I've seen these plugs. You can just plug in something to the aux wire, or it's got a little antenna. I've seen the dongle stick that you can use for the Bluetooth, but I don't know anything else apart from that. I listen to CDs as they are.
Ah,
But and then
well,
on the flip side of that sad news, I got some decent news. I remember I applied for a job. It was like the first job I applied for, and it's sort of out towards Costco. And the guy was offering me a job, and I don't know if I was happy because I was going out to go pick up the timber from Costa. And then he goes, "Oh, hey, give me a call back." I picked up the timber, I drove home. I rang him and I thought, oh, maybe it's a bit too late, you know. Then he rang me back and he said, "Oh, if you're still interested in the job, man, we got one here for you if you want to come in and talk the starting rate and whatever." So,
doing what?
sort of like the same industry that I was in before, but just a lot slower, smaller scale. More or less sort of. I think the market here is just the coffee shops. So yeah.
Oh man,
I'm trying to find the highlight. I'm trying to find the good things in like leaving what I came from into something else. But because the place is a lot smaller, you know, it was like, where I was, bro. It was like, bro, if we're talking about like how fast you can put stuff in a bottle, it's like, bro, it doesn't get any quicker than this. Now I'm sort of like stepping back into time, but I mean, money wise, it looks good, it looks attractive. Yeah, just the place is just closer to home, man. Westgate. Well, what's Westgate from Territory South? 2 turn-offs?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll be able to run
Not
it,
far.
Ride a bike.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, nothing much interesting, man. What about you, Cam? How's your week been as well?
Yeah, I had a good week, eh? And can't be saying much for past weeks I've had, like been real bored at work and that. But nah, man, I think this week's been real good because it's been a long week, and it's been a long week, like a 5-day working week. But not just the fact that it's in the middle of the week, in between issues of the magazine.
Yeah,
that's always the week to not relax, but just keep in mind that the next issue is out soon, and you should be getting all the articles in and putting it together. So yeah, man, I did some writing. I wrote a piece that was based on podcast I did with Ash on Monday. We did the WesWes Sportcast podcast again with NBA podcast. So we did like NBA awards. So we gave awards to this, like different categories throughout the season. So I did a snippet of our award for the dunk of the year or the post of the year. So we talked about all these different runners up to the dunk of the year. I don't know if you saw it, Alves, but number one was Anthony Adams on John Collins.
Oh,
you seen that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's off. Isn't it off? It's a straight one-on-one. Oh, and he injured him too.
Yeah, injured him. And he got injured himself too, because he actually dunked with one hand, but he dunked the ball so hard that the ball smashed his other hand on the way down, and he dislocated his finger. But at the same time, he gave John Collins a HIA, so he had to leave the game. Both of them had to leave the game after the dunk.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, so we had that. Yeah, man, just had a good week. Just going for the missions and getting shit done. So yeah. What else did I do? Oh, caught up with Eric. Last night. He's good. We went to the movies. We watched Civil War down at Westgate. It was yeah, it was cool because the girls came in through the studio and to record another episode of Afkasi Scoop.
Yeah.
So while they were doing that, I took off with Eric. Yeah. And today just woke up. I had a few drinks last night too, so I'm a little bit hungover. But woke up this morning. I had to wake up at 11 to watch the Miami Heat game, Miami and Chicago Bulls, because that was a elimination game. So the winner of that game will face the Celtics in round one of the playoffs. And because I went to the movies, I missed the Warriors game, but I watched the highlights when I came back.
You didn't miss modules.
I heard they got wasted, man. They got wasted, eh?
Oh, they got pumped.
Yeah.
Even Pe'a got pumped, bro. I think Pe'a's pumping was probably the ugliest, bro. Pe'a's pumping from the Dolphins is probably the worstest pumping I've seen in a long time. That's like ugly, bro.
And that was interesting because the Dolphins got heaps of injuries, eh?
So there's like a whole B team. The B team as well.
Yes, I'm sure the boys at 155 Footy Show will cover those two games. especially the Warriors. I don't listen to that one. But yeah, man. Yeah, after this, I think two games I'll be interested in tonight. But totally at the same time, man, 7 o'clock the Blues are playing and 7:30 Manly Seagulls are playing. So gotta pick and choose.
Get it on
Pick and
TV.
choose.
Do the break.
If the Blues are losing, by the time 7:30 comes around, then I'll switch it over to the Seagulls. Then when the Seagulls are losing, I'll switch it back. But yeah, man, that's me.
Hey, what's up with that thing with that guy? What's his name? Chanel Harris.
Yeah,
How he's coming to the Warriors?
yeah. So after the World Cup, when he played for Samoa, he said he's gonna retire from rugby league and and travel the world. And whether he'll come back to league or not, he doesn't know. At the time, he said, "I don't know if I'll come back to league, but I just want to take time off and travel the world and stuff."
Yeah.
So he retired from league, and then he came back beginning of this year, come back to the Warriors. But he said in an interview earlier on, I think a couple of weeks ago, that he said in the interview, if the Warriors weren't doing good, I wouldn't have come back.
Yeah.
That's why they
Yeah.
were jumping on the main.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. If you're a player and you heard that, how would you feel if you're
If you're currently playing,
if you're playing with him during that time and he retired, oh yeah, sweet, have a farewell for him, good luck, and then, but that time you guys were useless, you guys were losing, but then now you had a year when you guys are winning, and second year, you're one of the contenders for the title. He comes back and he says that, how would you feel as a teammate?
where's your morals? Where's your not for the questioning?
Oh, now I have to give him a couple of hospital passes. Like if we play
Pass at his
against
feet.
Penrith, try and give him the ball, like an inside ball back when Liera and Fisher Harris is standing there. That's one, and then have another 3 more plays like that, then I'll get over it. I'll probably,
Yeah.
he's all good. At least he was being honest.
Yeah.
Hey, this is
I'm-
another play going to what's his name? Latrell Mitchell Lee. He's going to the NFL too, ain't he?
Is that hearsay or is that 100% confirmed?
I thought it was just joking. I thought he was just joking on the video.
Oh wow, see. I saw something on TikTok, ain't he? They was
Yeah,
going
that's
at
him
the end
talking
of the
about it.
year.
Eh? He's talking
At
about
the
it.
end
Eh?
of this season.
It's funny because I went online and like typed it in all the news. People are not talking about it, so I thought it was just a joke or something or
Oh, yeah.
fake. Yeah.
Man, your team's gonna be with the series of weeks.
No, aren't you? Did you jump ship to
The
Titans?
Titans, yeah. Doesn't matter. They're even the Titans, man. If you, they almost won last week, ain't he?
Yeah.
Oh, they got a good team. Like the team's young. Give your team that much. I think they just need some better halves, eh?
Okay, boys, we'll get into our topic. So, the first one was posted up by Filippo. He's a regular to post up stuff for us to talk about, which is cool. So, he posted up a little article, came in the Herald, about the government's new incentive to for parents to make sure the kids are going to school, and some guidelines for the parents to assess their kids if they're sick or not, or sick enough to attend school, or sick enough to stay home. So it's not like the letter of the law thing. It's not like they have to do it, but it's just some guidelines. So it basically says if they can't learn, if they have no ability to learn because of how they're feeling, then they should stay home. But doesn't mean just a runny nose, a small runny nose, or a small cough, or something like that. Like if they look unwell, if they can't get out of bed, or if they got COVID or anything like that, then they gotta stay home. But you're just gonna make sure you got parents. They would like parents to actually assess their children.
Right.
But I think it's coming off the back of the whole truancy thing. So the stats say that after COVID, a lot of kids are not going to school. Even now, a lot of kids are absent from school, and it's a problem. And they're trying to get kids back to school. So I think some other rules they've brought out is parents will get a fine. Parents will get a fine if their kids don't go to school. I think we're saying that they should fine the parents for not, because you get those rich parents they go on these long trips overseas and they want to take their kids, like they want to go for a holiday overseas, so they want to take their kids, but the holiday is during the school, the school term. So there's that too. So yeah, but I'll come to you. You got any thoughts on that? If that was the law, how would you handle that?
Right. Who was this back in 1993, 94, bro? So, I don't know, like back then. But see, then, so the parents get fined. Is it the parents that get fined?
Yeah.
Oh,
The parents will get
bro.
fined.
I think, well, now it's positive. I think it is a positive because, make the kids like, the parents don't want to get fined. So, but then, hey, what's the word? How can you monitor it? Like, a kid can go to school, but then, like, get marked off for first period or whatever, and then wag the whole day. You're like, how? I don't know.
Because I think
Yeah,
I think the question on the Facebook page was, is the guidelines for being sick, if are these guidelines for parents to and assess their kids, is this an excuse to stop is this an excuse to make sure kids go to school? Why can't they just say kids go to school?
even if they're sick.
No, it's just like it's a sick thing. Are these guidelines just a way of getting more kids to school? Are they
Yeah.
targeting? It's the reason why kids don't go to school, because they're not. They say they're sick, but then they're not really sick.
Mm.
They can go to school.
Yeah, I just think like I think it is a good thing in the long run, but to be honest, I don't think people will just carry kids will just carry on until their fines get up. The parents' fines get up like in the hundreds or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah. What are you, Lex? What are your thoughts?
I think the government and the new way of trying to tell parents how to be parents, they just need to get fucked, man.
Yeah.
They lie, but straight up, they just need to fuck off with their new, like, X trying to remove the free lunches, right? They're trying to get rid of that. One of the other costs of why people, like back in my day, like, when my kids were growing up, couldn't afford a lunch for my daughter, so she would stay home, man. But that's at the
Yeah.
cost of, like, because we can't afford to, like, she's going to go to school, everyone else is going to open up their lunchbox and have something to eat. She's going to be the only one sitting there with fucking their lunch. So the government can get fucked, man. The
Mm.
lockdown and that, more kids probably came out of that lockdown with PTSD than fucking anything. So all they've done is just add more mental health cases to the freaking ongoing
Yeah.
issue of, like, there's no mental health support or not enough of it, not enough money poured into the system to try and help deal with that shit. Now they're trying to say this is what you need to do to make sure your kids go to school, just to fix that buffer of kids not attending. Nah, they can get fucked, man. No one has the right to
Yeah.
tell you how to bring up your kids unless you're not supplying the necessity of life and your kid needs an operation and you're not willing to do the right thing by your kid by not giving them the operation. Otherwise, all the rest of it, they can get fucked, man. They should
Yeah.
be, if they're going to implement stuff like this, they need to take a hard look at, like, the areas who are suffering, right? Like, say, for example, if they took West Auckland as an example, why aren't kids going to school? Put that in there. A lot of it's going to be poverty, man. We're just too fucking poor. we're suffering the most, man. Gas is expensive, housing is expensive, clothing is expensive, food, everything's expensive. So how are you gonna add this on top of the rest of our worries, man? Like, let's be real. Some of us have to go to work to help our parents. Hey, some of us have to go to work to help our parents pay bills and shit. And that ain't gonna change overnight. Come on, you saw what happened in lockdown. All those kids that were French kids about, going on to uni, decided to see the reality. You know what? My parents need my help. My parents got let go through their job in lockdown. They no longer have a job. I've just secured me a part-time casual. Now I'm prem now. I'm gonna stick it out.
Yeah.
This ain't doing anyone any favors, man. Like, I almost feel like this government we all live, it's like we live through different fucking lockdowns, eh? The lockdown that the government fucking went through, then the lockdown that the rest of New Zealand went through. I'm still not over it, man. I'm still not over it, bro. I'm still, fuck the government, because they were the ones keeping me from going to see my mum when they had the bubbles and all that shit. And we were all doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't fixed the poverty thing here. We're still suffering, man. Our education is still far behind. Everything they implemented out south is still far behind when it came out here, man. It's like they need to really get in touch with what's really happening on the ground, eh?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. That getting in touch with everything's on the ground doesn't talk to what they're doing with cutting the school lunches, and on top of that, replacing that, it seems like replacing the cutting the school lunches with guidelines to make sure your kids go to school. Guidelines for, is your kid got a runny nose or got a bad cough? No, absolutely, man. Because come on, you gotta beat around. You're beating around the bush, man. Like the real issue here is trying to get kids back to school, right?
Yeah.
And with this new government's issue of trying to save money, and they're saying they want to cut the kids' lunches because they want to save money. Well, I think that's the biggest incentive why kids are not going to school. Biggest reason why the kids aren't going to school. And talk about incentive. The guidelines thing is not an incentive. It's just, I don't know, just a bargaining way of of trying to make people conform to the rules.
Yeah.
But if the environment says something else, and you gotta try follow these rules, but the environment says not to survive, you gotta do this. It's got nothing to do with it. So yeah, I think they need to go back to the drawing board. It's almost like, okay, we need to get kids back to school. How can we do that? We got these school lunches. Yeah, that's doing it, but we need to save money, so we'll cut that. We'll just get these. We'll just make sure kids are going to school and not staying home just because they got a small cough or runny nose, and they can learn. But you can't even. How can you police that, or how can you put a measurement on that?
Look,
how can you even think that works?
They're gonna take away the free pharmaceutical prescription. They're gonna get rid of that, man. How was people supposed to survive? Like, we're literally doing it hard as it is now. Now they're gonna take away the free lunches, free scripts gonna disappear. So they want us to send our kids to school even if they're sick. How much is it gonna cost for us to take them to the doctors and then have to pay for their meds as well? When it's $5, eh? It used to be $5, and they got rid of it. So you're telling me, okay, I can afford, to take my kid to the doctor. We're missing school. Sweet. What? Are they gonna start asking for medical certificates now every time they're away? Like, that's just becoming too unrealistic, eh?
Yeah. And we'll probably talk about this too, but because we got Avs over there in Australia, there's a different economy over there. But the more things get harder over here, like the more looks nice to be over there where you are, But
with all the foods.
But man, no, it just made me thought about when you talked about the cost of living. Recently, the New Zealand Herald put out the salaries of what police get here, because there was an issue with a lot of cops moving to Queensland, because you get off the bat $100,000 salary straight away,
Damn.
and they help you with a house and a car as
Mm.
well. So that was a big reason why a lot of cops from New Zealand were moving over to Queensland. But then the article posted up how much cops get over here, and it's like when you come out of school, you only get like 50 something grand, 58 grand or something, and in 5 years, cop, you get up to 70K a year, around there. And then when I talked to a mate at work, because his wife's a principal at the school, she saw the article too, and she said, "Man, you know, teachers get more than that, even though the teachers get shit pay." But you wonder, with a dangerous job like being a cop, man, is that worth it? Is that worth it? Yeah, I don't know. They don't have any of that in Brisbane. 8 hours of the kids going to school and that, the guidelines and all that kind of stuff.
Not that I've seen. Heard of. There's a lot of kids that do go to school. Yeah.
So, boys, moving on. So one of the boys, I think he's too shy to put it up on the Internet Clip Facebook page. So he messaged me instead, because I know he's on there. I saw him on there. I saw him on our group page. But he messaged me privately this video that I'm about to play. So if you bear with me. Yeah.
Is he gonna remain nameless?
Huh?
Yeah, I think the art is on you, Avi. So watch it.
Oh, he's
Roll the film and roll the footage, please.
They look like an island set, eh? But in
Look like a mixture,
Maori,
It look
like
like a mixture.
with the Maori designs in that. Man,
Yeah, exactly.
but did he get it with like a gun or?
It was a gun.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Well, it's just weird because you either have it like the Maori style or the Samoan style, eh? But he had it like mixture because he had it like the beginning of the stomach pieces in it and the belly button, and then the rest of it was like sort of Maori patterns. It's different, but yeah, each to
So
their own, I guess.
I guess the question for you then is: Are you offended by seeing that, or how do you feel about it in terms of Samoan culture and what you saw?
I'm not. I know. I just think it's just different. Like Yeah, you must be half Maori, half Samoan or something, then, eh? I understand why if you got it like that. But yeah, I wouldn't like if I had that tattoo, I'd never wear it around Samoans. Like, I'll never take off, when they have the celebration dances and that, and everyone's showing their stomachs and that. I wouldn't, and showing their thighs. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
And
about
what
you,
about you,
Let's?
Lex?
Any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not offended. I'm not offended, but I just do note, like, man, like that's. I think it's cool. It's a cool way to preserve the Maori ink. But as Ave just distinctively picked out, bro, the puke and the around the hips is like, bro, that's called Sogaimiti, whatever,
Yeah.
But and like just in the whole time the movie was played, like I'm trying to Google it, and it's you can't find it, You can't find it. But I've seen some guys sort of wear it during kapahaka, where they'll get it like drawn on, but not as far as past the knees, like, and not as high as around as that one went, like that
No.
piece that you just shown. Um, I'm not offended, but I would like to hear the explanation of why he decided to use the patterns he used and why that layout, and then expressing where those, because it's almost like he's just gonna have to make it up,
Mm.
There's certain parts of most traditional Samoan tattoos you can say, oh, this is the beginnings. These are the arrows. These are the bits here on the rafters that hold up the when they're talking about every piece on every bit they carve. But yeah, I just found it real interesting. Like when he zoomed all the way out and all he could see was what looked like two eyeballs, or was that the face and the mouth with that bit on the back. It was like, man, that's almost like it's too like modern urban. Hey, like
Yeah.
that could have not have been well thought out back then. But these guys would have just got a whatever, And if you haven't seen the way Maori traditionally do it, if you haven't seen that movie Utu, where there's no ink guard like the hours, it's sort of like the skins dug out first, then the ink is dripped into the skin
Okay.
and then solid off. So I don't think anyone would be able to survive that sort of treatment these days. Especially he got his whole body done. Um, yeah, I mean, each to their own, man. Like the Samoan histories. Everyone knows the Samoan history about the Pe'a and that. But I mean, I support the Maoris who try and if they can have the like the ancestral background on all their design and their heritage and that. Because you remember, I remember I was just saying to Camps earlier, like some of my boys were talking about how if you go down to the east coast or you come up north, you look at some of the maraes. There's not many carvings, and that was during the Maori times. There's their own civil wars amongst themselves, just tearing down all the carvings that they have in their maraes, So you don't see it. So to see an art piece like that on a person, well, you'd be excited to see when you're gonna see it. Like if you're saying like someone's show their bellies every time there's a celebration, but when will this guy actually, for Ali his body? That would be the interesting part. Well, unless it's kapahaka, it should just be kapahaka. So yeah, pretty interesting piece, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, personally, I don't really have a problem with it. But I can see how some people would, especially
Yeah.
Samoans that have done it and been through the whole journey, the 1 week or 2 week pain and suffering of getting it done, and the history, the history, and if you look at the technical side of it, it goes against that history. Like it's done with a gun for first things, it's done in the style of a traditional Samoan tattoo, and you could see it, right? You could see some
Yeah.
people will get angry about it. But me, man, I don't have any tattoos on me, so I can't say anything. But no, I think you're right. I think you're right, Let's. I think in a certain way, even though it's not done traditionally, it's not done in the Samoan way. You can. I mean, do you really need to know? You don't really need to know if you see the artwork and it's not us, but it's done like us. Then do we really need to say do it the traditional way, or would that make things better or not? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. We can see it's not traditional Samoan tattoo. We can see it's not. So we don't have to add all the other stuff that goes with it into it as well. If you know what I mean. But no, I think we've got a comment from Tua on the chat or on the page saying that it should be a good thing that our cultures thrive between different cultures, because it means it's like a compliment, eh?
Yeah.
It's a compliment thing. So
You guys name guys that have. I know a few guys, friends that have. Do you remember when gold lemurs were in? Like gold lemurs? I know a couple of white guys. They got nothing to do with the Samoan culture, right? But they went and got gold lemurs, on their arms. I thought that was pretty cool.
John Collins, he's got one. John Collins, we talked about. He got dunked on.
Oh,
Hey, yeah,
by
isn't he
ants.
Tongan?
No, he's Black
Isn't he
American.
Tongan?
He's African American, but the only reason why he got a Samoan tat is because he hung around Samoans at his university. He knew
Oh,
Samoans.
true.
Yeah, and he liked the culture. So
Yeah.
He likes being a prisoner, does he?
Yeah. So yeah, no, I thought he was like half Samoan or something, because when I saw his tat, but nah, he's not. He just had Samoan mates. He was at school. But are we gonna beg him for wearing it because he's not Samoan?
Yeah. No, I didn't. Yeah. I even know. I think I saw a docu where this I think is an Australian like he's got a lot of tattoos, right? And he got a Pe'a done on him just to have that whole like a full on with the O and that too, not a gun. He just wanted to have that experience.
And plus, with Samoans, when you go through the journey of getting one, but it's the meaning of it. It's your service. It's your service to your family, service to the people around you. It's all that kind of stuff. And when you just get a tattoo that looks like it, but you don't have that service kind of stuff, you don't have that same pain sort of journey, then it's like, oh, do you really deserve it? But I don't know, tattoo's a tattoo,
Would you ever? I'll throw a question out there. Would you ever get a Pe'a done?
Oh,
So,
I'm hopeful to get one. I've always wanted one, eh?
oh, nice.
Yeah. But I always ask myself, am I worthy? I'm always asking myself, am I worthy of doing it or getting it done?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the ones that cracks me up, bro, is when there's people that speak lema for foul, have never no consideration for ainga and all that, and they wanna say, oh, I'm gonna get it done, eh? When 100% they are the WesWes. I mean, like, who would ever wear something like that, But then, each to their own, man. But I've always wanted one, eh? And yeah, maybe after my son's born and he turns 5 or something, I don't know.
But that's what I mean. It's something that only Samoans understand, eh? The journey of it is only what Samoans understand, because everyone that has it, they understand that journey too. And if you see someone that's not of the culture having one, you think, hey, did you really go through the same journey as us, or did you just do it for fun? Or think you can, did you do it for gun? Did you do it over the course of 3 months? Or something like that, Are you even in the same, sort of category as us?
Yeah.
There's all that kind of stuff too. So, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I get it. Sweet boys. Moving on. So, Nate Noah is back on the airwaves, but not as we know, he's not on the radio. but he's on a new podcast with his mate Nixon. So it's called Nixon and Nate Podcast, right? And man, when they first announced it, they opened up. I think it was showed up on Nixon's social media. I saw it and I thought, man, cool. I'm excited on the listen to Nate again on the podcast because, you know, he's kind of like a guy a lot of people look up to, especially when I was on my FM, especially his sort of his views in that were like, his views were always geared to people on the streets, you know, people on our level, you know, always talking through that kind of lens, through South Auckland, for that kind of thing in a mainstream setting. So he wasn't allowed to swear, he wasn't allowed to say things, the store mainstream sort of thing. So when he came out with his first podcast, Run It Straight, you know, it was good to get him on the platform where he can say whatever he wants, you know. So I remember that, and then he went to jail. We all know that. He came out. He went to prison for money laundering, and he's out, and he's back on the airways in this new podcast. So I was really excited to have a follow and listen. And then they announced that it's gonna cost you. So if you want to listen to their podcast, it's gonna cost you, I think it's $7 a month, $6.99 a month. And silly, that's when I went, oh, forget it. You know, man, I'm already paying Sky, I'm already paying Netflix. You know, I got all these bills, man. You know, so I was disappointed because I really wanted to hear what they'd say, but nah, man, I'm not gonna fork out $7.
Not
$7 a month.
Worth.
Not $7 worth. You know, but so yeah, I was really disappointed there because I wanted to hear them, but nah, I got too many bills, man. I don't want to add to my list of bills. But they do have a free episode in between the real episodes they have. So they had this little 20-minute episode talking about their first episode, which you have to pay for, right? And it was, I found it funny because they were apologizing. They were apologizing for using swear words, for the amount of swear words.
No.
On their first podcast.
No, boys.
They're apologizing for it.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize for me. Look at me, man. Look at me. You don't apologize. Say it once, that's it. That's gone. Let it go. Well, I'll leave me out.
There was that. And then they talked about how people were messaging them saying that the payment didn't go through. The payment doesn't work.
Oh,
they click pay on the thing, but they said, sorry, it doesn't work. So they had to talk about how to do it. And they said, oh, it might be a little bit complicated. But yeah, man. I just thought the apology thing, I thought, nah, man, you can't apologize for stuff like that. It's a podcast. You can't bring your censored mainstream radio styles to a podcast, man. You can say whatever you want, you know. So yeah, but nah, man, I was I'll be keen to listen to them if it was for free, but now I wouldn't pay for it. But which brings me to my question to you guys: like, would you pay for a podcast to listen to a podcast?
No. Why pay for when you can watch it on YouTube? You know, who do these guys think they are? They think they're like top shit. Like you gotta pay and watch their podcast. Come on. I don't see anyone else. Asking to get paid for their podcast. Hey, you know, and plus all the best content on YouTube that I've watched, it's all free.
I got an answer to that one. It's probably going to be the best answer for the majority of us. Are you ready? I would pay for it, God forbid both of them had died and it was their last screening and all that money that goes into us donating to pay to watch it goes to their kids. That's the only time I'd pay for it. Anytime anyone should actually pay for something. If you're talking about podcasts, come on. You gotta have like 100 gems, like 100. Oh fuck, that's a good one. It's gotta be like a Cat Williams. This is like a Cat Williams type shake, surely. Nah, man, no thanks.
Yeah, I think paying for podcasts is not a new thing. I think there is a platform that you have to pay, but this platform, I think it's called I forgot the name. But there's an actual platform that had all these celebrities on there. All these celebrities put their podcasts on this platform, But listen, in order for you to get into the platform, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Illuminary. It's called a Illuminary, and I think and I think Russell Brand was on there. Michael Rappaport was on there for a little while, but then he's not on there anymore. Now his stuff is for free again. So I think in certain spaces there's room for paid podcasts. You know, because I think you've got a fan base, and I think Nate and Nixon do have a fan base, But I reckon, I just thought that when I listened to their free podcast and heard the tone of it, the sound of it, to me it still sounded like mainstream radio, you know. And I wouldn't pay for something that I wouldn't pay for that, you know. If they were real, like if they were actually real, like talking about real shit, which I think they're trying to do, but
still seems too censored.
And if you're a guy like Nixon, you can't say certain stuff, because he's having lunch with the Prime Minister. You know, he can't be too political, because he can't put his views out there politically, because he's on a mainstream radio station like My FM. You know, you can't say certain stuff because you're in the public. You're in the public like he is. You know, so how real can you be on the podcast? How real can you actually be? How much can you hold back? How much you can't hold back? But hopefully they'll be for free. They'll find that it's. Hopefully they'll find we'll get more audiences if we're for free, and then I can start listening. Yeah.
Hey, how long was he in jail for?
I don't know. I don't think it was that long,
2 years.
Not sure.
3 years.
Well, if you got $6-7, you can find out.
He's trying to make some money.
Yeah, and it looks like they're doing it in the MyFM studio. They're doing it in the MyFM studio. So, yeah, I don't know how real their podcast will be. You know, how real it will be. What kind of topics they're going to talk about? Because obviously the biggest topic is what happened when Nate went to jail, and that's probably the first 2 episodes. First episode 2, 3, 4, and then what they're going to talk about after that. Because, you know, in the same kind of style, or back to radio styles. I don't know.
Man, you gotta go to date, man. Like, what was it, 4 podcasts that he done? That he produced? They were pretty good, They were pretty good. They're good watch. They were good watch. But I'm not too sure about paying just here. And, yeah, I don't think it's that good. I'm not saying that it won't be good, but it's like $7.50 or $7. That's a steak and cheese pie from Baker Boys.
That's 3 big boys.
Yeah. And plus the apologizing for the swearing. Oh, come on. Nah, you can't do that. You got to empty out the clip, man. Whatever says, you say whatever you want. Otherwise, what good is having a podcast if you can't say what you want?
Yeah.
100%.
Sweet boys, should we get into our Fia Poko of the week?
Yeah, man. I don't know what's up with the world today, bro. It's just like, a whole lot of people being some stupid things, There was one from last week that missed the platform, and the lady really, and I told her that the lady is really taking a piss now. It was one from Instagram, and it seems like an Indian lady. She's a hairstylist. Did you see that one? She goes to fix up the hair, like.
Yes.
I can't hear on the side, right? So if I know something didn't look right, man, I'm not going to take a photo of it. I'm not even going to show the person sitting on the chair. But this lady here, she's got curly ass hair, and obviously there's no water, so you can do jack shit with a comb than someone with curly hair. But this lady tried to give this lady a split, which is a tie all back and then the bangs out. Bro, I don't know what the hell she was doing, man.
I watched that whole clip. She just makes it worse.
But she's obviously having difficulty trying to tie the hair up because she's got like a felika hair. And you remember Manu from play school? She's got hair like her. And then she tries to. So if you got curls, right? Like my boy Josiah's hair might be an inch from his forehead. I could pull it. It'll be like maybe 8 inches in the ear. But this lady here got off why. And then she tries to say, and there she looks beautiful.
No, not even me.
I tell you 100% Bubbles, she made it look like Aikai. Don't ever
Made it worse.
make you look worse. Because Fia Poko is the Inkia lady right there. The second one is a couple of this is from Humble Boys State 5. They obviously got a couple of ladies in the looks like the Samoan police uniform singing, and I think Ave rushed the lyric, the word. It's the confidence for me, man. It's when you hold the word too long. When you hold the word too long, and then he sing this, they're in the wrong place. And then I don't know how this is an old one, but I don't know why it came up on my newsfeed, man. It must be you, Ave. Every time your algorithm you like something and it comes up on my Instagram. But who comes up with this shit, man? This from your boy. Was it? But what too? This is Mariah Carey going up to get an award, and Carlo face got my little Stevie Wonder. So he's kissy hello. He say, "How are you?" Congratulations. And for those who don't know, Stevie Wonder's blind, right? He's blind, man. He gets to give her the microphone. Oh my god!
I can't even remark about what just happened. Does anybody realize that this is Stevie Wonder?
I just want to see whoever told Stevie to grab the microphone. Honestly, comes up with this shit, man.
Poor Stevie, bro.
And then the last one is the does anyone have any of their mates who are like this? Like, to be honest. And it's a cricket team that are trying to get. I don't know what the hell's going. What's going on here? You gotta tell me what's going. Walk us through. He bowls it. They then try and chase the run. Wicketkeeper chucks it. Keep bowler side. Then tries to return the ball to the wicket side. Gets through his legs. Throws it back to the wicketkeeper. Try to run out the other guy, and they get 3 runs. Fuck.
Is that actually real?
That's legit real. Wherever that game was played, bro, like, fuck me, I would be like, if I was like to go play in this competition, I would go play. I'll leave it to you guys.
I was that coach, I'll sub them straight away.
Retire them from the wicket.
I'm giving mine to Mariah Carey.
Oh,
You leave Stevie hanging like that, man.
Yeah.
But who told him? Who told him? Like,
she's over here. She's over here, Stevie.
but the thing is, right?
Right.
He just knew the microphone set up for him to sing at his keyboard, right?
Oh,
So why
yeah.
Mariah Carey? So, fuck me. Right. So Fia Poko of the week. Was that it? Mariah Carey? You going for Mariah Carey? Right. The WesWes Networks Fia Poko of the week goes to whoever did the sound check and set up for Stevie Wonder and Mariah Carey, man. That is fucking Fia Poko of the shit. That's gotta be the month, bro. God, love for you, Steve.
I want to look for that clip when I want to put it up on the table.
Okay, boys. I just want to throw up a post that came on the page from Ty. So he posted up 2 pictures of the Iceman, so Michael Jones and Sam Tutupo. And this post is about if you're playing a game against these two, and who would you least be like to be tackled by, Sam or Michael?
To be honest, because I had a few training runs against Sam, I'd run at Sam because we know each other and he smiles, little hugs, I wouldn't want to run at Ice, only because if it was in a game situation, bro, his like where he's standing on the field, and this is where I crack up at a lot of people saying, "Oh, Sammy can get you in all directions, right?" But like in break and play, unless you're standing there like set piece, like from the end of our lineup, if you think about where you're getting the ball, he's further. Ice is further away, but you're more or less likely to see Ice coming at you than you are Sam, because Sam's always going to be in his place, like on the field, right? He's going to be marking up on the first 5, marking up on the second 5, whereas Ice is going to be the one lingering in and out of play. And you'll see what he can do, man. Like, bro, I'll never forget that tackle he did on Honeyball at Harvard Stadium, bro, and he put him on the stretcher. Like, that was freakish, man. Like, at the scrum. He only just peeled off the scrum. Honeyball got the ball, was ready to do a cut off. I think it was Percy Montgomery. Fucking he smashes him, bro. Like, how are you supposed to like how do you attack? How do you attack someone and get it on like while his arm's still linked to the scrum, and then get hospitalized like that? Yeah, so I'd go Ice. I'd run it Iceman.
How about you, Us?
I'll probably run at Jones because he's been he's a kid growing up. I used to love watching him. Man, I think when he scored the first try for the World Cup, I cried. Watching it on TV. Oh yeah, he scored the first didn't he score the first try in the World Cup final too?
Did he?
Oh,
Don't know. Was it on the Sunday? He wouldn't have played then.
yeah, Michael Jones, man. But like, yeah, and his personality, he's like he's sort of quiet. I know he's out there though, in the community and that, but yeah, he'll be Michael Jones.
Yeah, so this post came out of the Auckland Blues social media. So obviously Sam and Michael play for Blues. But when I commented on the post, like, man, I remember one other Blues guy that used to be mean, do hits on the field was Jeremy Stanley. Now he only had 2 years in the Blues because he only had a short career because he came in and came out and went to medical school, and now he's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
Now he's a doctor. But remember, man, some of when he been some guys back in his day. He had some mean hits. But I think out of those
one guy. Oh no, Kieran.
No, go.
He's one guy you'd want to not tackle if they're running straight at you, dead or alive. He's one guy.
Fuck. That's
John
easy,
Long.
bro. Yeah, it would be a toss-up between Wax and Jonah Lomu, eh? It's a Ruby. Like, bro, any given day, man, those two would ring shit on you, bro. Like, if you were fullback or halfback, fuck, you'd hate to try and tackle one of them one-on-one.
How about Trevor? How about Trev?
Trevor Leota. Oh, shit.
Okay,
well, here's the thing, bro. And I forgot to mention it when you named your World Pacifica team. Like, I remember you said Olo Brown. I remember as a year 9 when we trained against the All Blacks at school, and Sam Tutupo was sort of like French player for the Auckland. But I remember he asked the question, and I think Olo Brown got to answer it. But he said, "Who's one of the hardest guys you've ever held a hit shield for?" Bro, and the room went silent, man. And I think Charles Rookerman laughed, and he goes, "Are you going to share the story, or do you want me to tell it?" Olo shared the story, man. He goes, because like they were laughing, these private jokes amongst the forwards. So we were up in the Pink Pavilion, and Charles said something like, I'll never forget the first time Jonah came down to training, because everyone always knows, like, all right, if you're gonna have like 5 guys on the hit shields, everyone knows put Olo second or put him last because he's one of the hardest guys to run it. But Jonah's first training, bro, Jonah's just Jonah, you know, he picked up the ball, and when they said go and you have to run into the hit shield, he got up, he obviously brushed whoever off for Sean Fitzpatrick, and the second guy was Olo Brown, and he run. Apparently, Jonah ran the ball at Olo Brown and fucking bumped him off and ran over the top of him. And people, the whole team was like, "What the fuck?" And they were like, "That's the first time they've seen Jonah, you know, done at a training." And to Jonah, that was nothing. That was just he was just running, you know. So when people were like say in comparison to the hardest runners, and if Olo Brown was the freak of nature at training, holding a hit shield, and Jonah did that. Man, imagine if you had to run and hold the hit shield for him, bro. He's like, "Oh no, thank you." Be like tying your shoelace or physio, my calf sore. But I'll never forget that story.
Sweet boys, and just another here, I posted up because I saw it in the Herald, and this is nominee for Sick Biatch of the Week. So in Brazil, there's this lady that goes to the bank to get some money, but she takes this guy, this old man in a wheelchair, says it's her uncle to sign the papers so she can get money, and the video shows her trying to get him to sign, but he's actually a dead body.
Oh, bro.
He's an actual dead body. And first thing I thought was, this is fucking The Weekend at Bernie's or something, you know that movie?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And this is a real life Weekend at Bernie's situation, man. No, I should play the video. I'll just find it. I'll play the video. They blurred out his face, but he's an actual dead body there. And she's trying to get him to sign.
That's unreal, man.
He must have recently died, or just died that day or something, Because shouldn't he like stink the whole place up?
Yeah, we'd think, hey.
That's how this like if that was your uncle or your boyfriend, let's just say, and he died that day. Look what she's doing. She's trying to get the life. What is it? The life insurance money straight away.
Damn, you white guy, man.
That's some freaky ass shit, man. Oh, she touches him. Oh man, trying to get him to talk. But then the girl at the counter probably thinking, obviously he's asleep or something. Fuck.
It's gotta be.
Well, article says she gets caught and she gets arrested.
Alright. Not the another call Smith ones.
Shit. Yeah, that's some sick biatch, alright?
Crazy people out there,
Mm.
man.
Alright, boys, shall we get into what have we been watching? And you go first, Al.
There's still a lot of the I love watching like before I go to bed. I like watching the old NBA, like where they are. You know, they're not superstars. You know, like yeah, it's just you know how everyone watches superstars. No, it was just interesting watching like players like Earl Boykins. You know, he wasn't a superstar, but you know, like where he came from to make it. Ben Wallace, undrafted. You know, yeah, I like watching it. I watch a few of them. Yeah, no, nothing. That's it. You can watch a good movie later. Or, what about you, Lex? What have you been watching?
I've been watching the podcast with the horror guy and Willie Mason. I just watched their latest one.
Oh, okay.
It's just them talking about the Fisher Harris, whether it was an upgrade or same buy with Fanua Blake.
Do you think it's an upgrade or?
Player for player, yeah, I think it's an upgrade. Only by like say 1%. Yeah, I sort of sold on what those boys were saying. Considering he got the New Zealand captain, swapped out for the Tongan captain. I think the only
free premierships.
Yeah, the free premierships and I think the fact that that he was Kiwi, you know, and like everyone else that's done a good stint in the NRL, they've always wanted to come home. And yeah, I think it's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, it's just a good buy for the Warriors. You'll be watching a couple of those. I watched this other podcast and it had Rennie Matua and Greg Bird. And yeah, I watched that one just this afternoon. It was pretty good. Good yarn. Greg Bird, man, I didn't realize how young he was when he cracked it as in the NRL. So he cracked it as a freshly 18-year-old. So by the time he'd done 5 seasons at the Sharks, fuck, he was like only like 22, 23. And like he was talking about like the margin, the gap between him and say like the guy's older than Paul Gallen. He said like, bro, they were in their 30s, but he was still considered a senior player. But he just said, and like him and Rennie Matua just break down the difference between having the under 20s SG ball and then back then would have been reserve grade. Like he said, reserve grade made players wanna play better for the following week to get a start because the reserve grade played before the top side, the premiership side. Because these days, like when they introduced the 20s, I think a lot of people thought that the 20s was like the next step up was NRL, when he said that was a big misconception and they had lost a lot of players and, you know, a lot of 22, 23-year-olds to like either trades or the mines. So that was pretty interesting hearing the yarn between those two guys. And then one I was gonna share is a memory lane, but it was the when Fiji's reign in the 2000s, the Hong Kong Sevens, and that was I remember this 2005. That was when Irene had come over to New Zealand, and Amasio Valance, Liam Messon was the captain of the Sevens, but they had a pretty stacked Sevens team. And Fiji did the unthinkable and they won. And Waitali Sarevi is freaking 36, man, 36 years old. And I remember that particular World Cup because it was like they had gone through, I think it was 3 seasons they hadn't played each other in a meet yet. And so that was, Hong Kong was considered the World Championship. So New Zealand played Fiji. I remember it because Vunimbaka, Marika Vunimbaka played in that team, and the De La Salle guy played in that team. And there were the big names, him and Nicky Little. I think it was Nicky Little. No, it was, I forgot his name. But I just remember at the end, because where Sally holds his son up when he gets the World Cup, and he's got his son on top of his shoulders. But it's Willie Losse interviews him after the game. And that's the bit I remember the most. And yeah, it just really, like, it's a clip from like more than 19 years ago, but just his last words, like, if you imagine if that was the last time he spoke to Willie Losse as an international 7 star, and he said he was just thanking God and he's thanking like all the people back home, and he said he wouldn't be watching but they would be listening. So he says, we hear your prayers. But the thing that like I left listening to that was that he said, in Fiji we have nothing, we don't have anything, but we have those who pray for us. You know, we don't have anything, but we just have our prayers. That's all we need. Like, bro, that's, if they could make a video or a movie about a person and what he did to a small island like Fiji and like give them hope and tell them like you can be the best in the world, they should do it after this guy, man. And I'm honestly looking forward to naming my son after him. I want to name my son as a middle name, Waisale, because I always said that if I have another boy, I'll name him after him. And but the legacy he's left and his footprint on the game, you know what I mean? There'll never be another. There'll never be a great as Waisale. So, nah, yeah, man. You can find it on YouTube, but if you can forward it to their last interview with Willie Losse, because bro, his English is poor, but it's just cool how he told Willie, like, yeah, we don't have anything back in Fiji, but we just have our prayers. That's all we have. Like, that's enough, you know? So, nah, yeah, that's what I'll be watching also. Nothing exciting.
Yeah, watch the I watched a bit of the Made in America.
Oh yeah,
Bro, this guy's
yeah.
guilty, bro.
How can you
He's
say that when you
guilty,
see
man.
the...
Yeah.
Anyway,
But then after you watch that, you should go and watch the People versus OJ.
Mm.
That's
The
when you're
Cuba
gonna
Gooding
be
Jr.
like,
one there.
oh damn. Yeah, that's
The
good too.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Mm.
Yeah, me. Like I mentioned before, went with Eric to the movies on Friday night. Last night. Went to watch that movie Civil War. That's out of the movies. It's a movie about what if America was in the Civil War. So the premise is California and Texas. They're called the Western Forces, and they go against the United States of America, which is all the rest of the states. And I think the state of Florida, they're not on anyone's side. They're just gonna go with whoever wins.
oh,
So the armies of the West, the armies of California and Texas, trying to make their way to Washington, D.C. to kill the president, and the White House is surrounded by all the army trying to defend the president. But the movie's about the journalists that trying to get pictures of the story and that. So yeah, man, it's interesting for me, and I think it's off the back of the Donald Trump stuff, because when that happened, America was pretty much divided. The idea for this movie came about like, well, what if America was in a civil war, actual civil war? What would that look like? So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a bit slow to start with, but it's a loud movie. It's really loud. So I think the gunshots they sound real, and especially the ending. The ending is really good in terms of like if you're into like Call of Duty and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
It's all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, it's action packed. All right, boys. I think we're coming up to a close. We'll wrap it up, but we'll do some last words. Let's go off.
Yes, stay involved, stay grinding, stay active. Um, don't let anyone dim your shine. Yeah, just be positive. There's always oh yeah. I was going through. Oh, I'll share something. I'll share something to the podcast. So so I went to apply for a house, right? Everything was good until they they um they disregarded disregarded my application because they checked my bank statements that I've only been paid 3 times because I've
You
only
what?
started working. I've only
Oh
started
yeah.
working, right? And I
Mm.
get paid fortnightly. So, and in my head, I'm like, I already had taken pictures of the house, started sharing it to my family and that, I can't wait, you know. Um, yes, I was a bit down. I was feeling down.
So
I
what's the answer
was,
to that problem? Just need to work a little bit longer.
yeah,
What
nah,
did they say?
just, I mean, nah, oh, yeah, you need a history. You need 90 days worth of history, because
Oh,
it's
that's 3 months.
3 months. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's doable,
So,
wasn't it?
yeah, so I gotta wait for, but I wanted like, because things are rolling for me.
Mm.
I just
Mm.
wanted, got a job, house, job, car, then house, But then it's sort of not like karma, but don't. It's all in like you gotta take a step back and believe it's in all in God's timing. Um, but I was excited. I was, looking forward to moving in the last on Wednesday to find out that I just need more history uh, for my statements. Yeah, but yeah, I was down. There was a couple of days I just didn't want to do anything, but I still got up because I know what training does to me. Makes you feel good.
I know how you feel, man.
Yeah.
Because, man, you know what I was thinking about when you were telling that story? I was just thinking about the highs and lows of sometimes doing this network, man. You know, like
Yeah.
you get on those highs when things happen, but when things don't happen, you get on the low. But it's
Yeah.
all part of the journey. Eh? There are
Yeah.
gonna be
That's how
highs
you
and lows. You just gotta
gotta.
know there's not gonna be always highs.
Yeah.
When you can't get down on the lows when they come. You know, you just
Speed
gotta get
bumps in
back
the
up
way.
again.
Yeah.
Get back up again. You know, because I think it's because okay, I'll say it because you know when we first started the magazine, and the first issue, man, it was just dropped, and then that
Off.
was out there,
Yeah.
and that was so exciting, eh? Like, yeah, we're gonna do this. So the truth, the second magazine came out, and it was like a bit of a down because it wasn't the same numbers, sort of thing,
Yeah.
and still trying to get ads in that. So, but then for the third one, sort of like come back up again. So then the high came back
Yeah.
for the third issue. So yeah, you know, you're gonna have highs and lows, but it's just part of the whole journey. Yeah, you just can't make the lows put you down. You just gotta stick to the plan and keep on going, man. So yeah, man. Nah, feel you on that, eh?
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I was feeling. A couple of days, just in the downer. Once I got the email, uh, but yeah, got a plan. So hopefully, by the end of May, I should have my own little house for myself. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are my last words. Stay up.
Yeah, nice, Lils. And good on you for sharing, man. Good on you for sharing. That's how I felt too when I heard the guy at the somebody had didn't want my services, but
Mm,
his loss, you know, his loss.
yeah. It
But
wasn't meant to be.
oh, bro, respectively, he's 66, bro. He should have looked at me like, bro, if I'd have sold myself and been an Aikai and said it even more, I should have been saying to him, bro, you can retire now. I'm going to take over your job. You can get lost now. You know, but I didn't want to put him out like that.
Yeah.
But not true to form, like all things, man. You know, that hardship and all that little trial and tribulations is only temporary, man. The two shall pass, you know. There's been days where I felt like that too. Just like either feeling like I'm not over the flu or whether it's like having trouble breathing because of my chest. But you know, you live to fight another day, yeah.
Yeah.
But like keep posting those, bro. You didn't realize, man, by your posts, they catch you, man. They make you, they make me question whether I'm doing enough at home or not doing enough. It's easy for people from the outside to say, "Oh, you know, that guy's always doing this or you guys always doing that." But when all you need to worry about is you and yourself, man. Just you do you, and I do myself, and I'm good, bro. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my last words, man, is like, yeah, man, share a bit of positivity, man, by reaching out to people that you haven't heard from in a while. You'd be amazed how much WhatsApp is worth, and you know, and how meaningful it can be to the other person receiving it. Special shout out to my friends who've done that to me in the last week or two. And I think if they say like what they say about friendships are the ones that need the less water and less maintenance are the ones you need to less popole about. Hey, so I'm grateful that I got friends that I can always like message randomly like that. But yeah, man, you know what it is.
So boys, my last words, man. Just yeah, man. Alex, man, you got me in the feels of that. Your last words. So yeah, man. Just jump on that again. You know, just keep on going, man. Just keep on going. Everyone out there, just grind. Keep grinding.
Yeah.
If you hit that brick wall, you gotta climb over it or bust through it. But you gotta go through it somehow. You know, don't let that wall stop you. But yeah, man. Thanks for jumping on the podcast, boys. We'll do it again next week. And everyone out there, thanks for listening. Don't forget our WesWes Sports Mag issue 4 will be coming out this time next week. So 27th of April. Watch out for that. Watch out for the hard copies down at Te Atatū South Woolworths or Custon Woolworths and Henderson Packenzie. And it'll be online. So next week, let's get the fuck out of here, boys.